Hush.
Okay.
Even after my church camp, I realized how even more right I was. I'm not kidding. I was like, bro, this Ivan guy.
It's probably true. All right, speaking to your mic, Ben.
Yo.
All right, your turn, Mr. Connor.
Wow. Hello.
Probably move the mic a
closer.
little closer. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, that should be good. Your
Okay.
turn,
Yeah.
Taha.
I'm racist.
Okay. Okay.
we're keeping that in the video.
You're racist. That's another clip.
Good one. And you guys all ready to start?
Sir.
Sure.
All right.
I really hope I don't get any work texts right now.
God.
Because I did send a couple of work texts.
Hey, yo. All right. Hello and welcome to the Talking Stage. Today I'm joined with
Taha.
Connor.
And Ben.
Ben and Taha. Have already been on the show before. Ben has been here twice. And today is Connor Chen's debut on the Talking Stage. How you are? What?
Gosh.
It's AAVE, but FAVE, so Filipino American Vernacular English. How you is?
Tired. Hot. Just came back from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Getting adjusted back. But it's been nice.
Today's topic is a mouse tool we'll reveal for later. But for today, or for right now, we're going to start off with a little easier question. Do you feel that you're more introverted or extroverted?
Ooh.
Depends on the situation, you know.
Depends on the people around you.
Yeah, it depends on the people around. Like with this group, I'm more extroverted, I say. But like with like just random people, like maybe like more introverted, you know. I gotta like get into the conversation. You know?
What do you think, Connor?
I'd say about the same, but personally more introverted.
In
But
total?
In total, or in general, yeah. Again, with you guys or with similar friend groups, it's about the same.
What do you think, Ben?
I say for me, I'm definitely extroverted. I project myself a lot. I feel comfortable like sharing just with just about anybody. But it does vary a little bit, but definitely just more on the extroverted side.
So like one of the definitions to introversion versus extroversion is like the energy, like battery analogy, if you've ever heard that. So like extroverts, they get energy from being around people, and introverts, they get energy from like being alone. So like, and they also say it's a spectrum between extrovert and introvert. So it's in between. I think I'm like perfectly in between. I'd be called like an extroverted introvert because like I do like pretty good in social situations, obviously, because I have this. And then even with new people that I would meet, I'd be fairly social. But the next day I'd be cooked. I can't even lie, dude. I'd be cooked. Like I'd be fried. And I had a episode yesterday, Ben knows, and that episode was like 4 hours long. So I'm like literally running on fumes right now. I can't even lie. And I have a podcast on Wednesday, but I thug it out. So, what was I saying? Man, I lost it. Cooked. I'm cooked. But do you guys relate, now that you have that definition, would you say, like, where are you on the spectrum? Introversion, extroversion.
I'd say I'm pretty far along the
Far
extrovert.
left?
Yeah, you're politically left. Yeah, I'm definitely on the left side in terms of like extroversion. I'd say I'm like about like 85% extroverted, 15 introverted.
For sure, you brought up the numbers, statistics. You guys keeping your standpoint?
Probably gonna go one by one, I guess. Just give a Connor going to me.
Oh, my bad.
I guess. Let's see. We're on the spectrum. This side is like
Sure.
introvert,
Up to you.
right? And this side is like extrovert. Okay, so let's say like I'm like depends on the day. So it's like it's like
Oh, okay.
constantly.
Okay.
So get the energy. How about you, Mr.
If we're
Connor?
gonna bring up the numbers, maybe 75% introverted, maybe 25% extroverted, just on a general standpoint.
Okay. So like I was saying, I was hanging out, or when I've hang out with a couple people, I'm the type of person, because I'm like that extroverted introvert. Like I can't hang around people, especially the same people every day. Like I really can't do that. Like I lose my energy. And so shout out to the people that I did this with. They were also on a podcast episode, it's episode 8. But I hung out with them, and then they were like, we were watching movies downstairs up until it was like Stranger Things and Ultraman from like 8 to 2 a.m. And it was story time and Stranger Things. So you already know what types of things we were talking about. And so we were talking about how this guy's like dick was red while like Will was getting taken to the upside down. What, you're shocked?
Why are you surprised?
I've never heard of, and I guess that's what Stranger Things about.
We're gonna watch it together.
Never watched it.
We'll watch it.
You should watch that. Yeah. Well, we
Oh,
can
red
do
dicks.
story time and Stranger Things together. Which leads us to one of the topics of today, which is rumors. So what are some crazy rumors that you guys have heard from school, from any other parts? You know, I have a couple that I've heard from my life.
Well-
Actually, yesterday too. So what you got?
So I think the biggest rumor that I heard was from school. It was from our English class.
Uh-huh.
So Taha,
wow.
Ivan, and I shared
Yeah.
the same English teacher, and she was like fairly like mellow for like the like first like semester, and then the second semester she got like all pissy, and we were like, "What the heck is going on?" And the rumor that was going around was that her husband cheated on her.
Mhm.
So I think that's probably, and then that was the conclusion we all made.
Yeah.
and that was that's
you-
probably the craziest rumor I've heard.
Okay. You got anything, Connor?
No, not that I remember.
Okay. We'll see.
I got one, and it came true. Oh, I got one, and it came true.
Okay.
Okay. So, like earlier freshman year, right? We had this coach called Coach Fullman.
Oh,
And I heard like midway through the year, I heard he was like giving like drugs to people, right? Like students and stuff, like on the football team. And then I was like, nah, that's not happening. Nah, he's my teacher. He wouldn't do that. Later in the year, he got fired and arrested for giving Adderall to the football team or something.
Yeah.
And but now he's following me on Insta. And he's a professional golfer.
Yeah.
So, it worked out in the end.
I mean, I don't think you need Adderall for golf. So,
Focus in, lock
yeah.
in.
Oh, true. He was actually my advisement teacher. All right. My rumors now.
oh boy.
So let me introduce you. And if you guys have watched the last episode, I haven't uploaded yet, but let me introduce you to 3-finger combo.
Oh no! Oh no!
This is
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Y'all like Canes, right? We've been to Canes multiple
yeah.
times. The 3-finger
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah.
It's not that. So the school parking lot, right? Things go down in the school parking lot, right? And so, there's some freakazoids who just can't keep it in their pants for like during school or like right after school. So they got to get into it in the parking lot. And so like freaking one of my friends, he was like sneaking up to he was hearing noises from this one car, I think. And then it was a girl that he recognized and her boyfriend. And then like he like said something outside of the car and they heard from inside. And they're like, "Hey man, are you gonna do something after school?" I was like, "Oh no, not today," or whatever. That's like what the guys were talking about. And then the girl, she was like, "Are they gone?" And then that whole time they had these 3 fingers in her box, bro. The 3-finger combo, dude. It was crazy. Bro, like they just can't keep it in their pants. What do we think about that? That they just can't keep it in their pants? Because like even though it's crazy, like you wouldn't doubt that something like that is happening if you think about it.
You're asking me what I think about it? Like,
Would you ever
He would know
participate?
from experience.
would I participate? And like, what side?
Oh my gosh!
Gotta be more specific.
Are you eating or are you feeding?
Feeding.
What you got, Connor? I'm
We
saying
would know from experience, but
I wouldn't know. You speak for yourself.
okay.
Buddy.
He's projecting a little bit right now.
he's rationalizing it.
Ah,
So I'm saying
personally, I would feed personally.
Okay.
But
I won't ask Ben because he's a man of God. But what I'm saying is that do you guys instantly believe these rumors? Because it's kind of like saying crazy things, but it's stuff that you could kind of see, especially for people our age, is what I'm gonna ask.
for Bertola, I would not be surprised.
I don't think our school is like particularly crazy though. Like they're
No.
definitely crazier schools.
Mhm.
Did have that rumor.
Which one?
It was about that senior who.
That wasn't a rumor. That was true.
It was true.
That was true. It happened.
Wait, what was?
He's referring to the physics incident.
incident.
Cum dump incident.
The cum dump incident. A man got caught doing his due
I talked to the teacher
on his
that
hand.
happened
Okay,
In the
so for those who
classroom.
don't know, I'm gonna just recap the story really
Sure.
quick.
For sure.
So what happened was it was our freshman year,
It wasn't freshman year. It was
sophomore year. It was in an AP physics classroom, and this one guy, I guess he just got a little too excited. he was high, and then he started masturbating in the middle of class, and then he wiped his remains on the person sitting next to him. It was he wiped it on a girl. He wiped the remains on a girl, and then he got suspended. And I don't think he came back to school. I think he transferred schools and he left.
I'm pretty sure some of my senior friends was like friends with him before he did that.
So I was he was a junior, I think, that year. I don't know if he was a junior. Yeah. But so like a week before that happened, I was talking to our friend Angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said how that guy specifically kept trying to like get him to go out with him. Like not like hang out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And but he didn't want to because Angel knew he did a lot of like drug and shit like
Mhm.
And then the week after I heard about this, and then Angel told me, yeah, it's the same guy. And I'm like, what? And then
Dodge a bullet.
And then this year, well, last year, technically, junior year, I went to because Caden and Angel had him as the teacher as a
Yeah, I know this guy.
So we went there, and then I heard another rumor about it like a week before, where the teacher had to clean it up after.
Yikes!
Oh damn!
I'm not sure if that was true, but I went into the classroom, and he started saying, "Yeah, this was the incident table here."
Seat is tainted.
Yeah.
Seat is tainted.
And then a senior came in or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, he was there for it."
Oh, sir. I survived. You remember the I Survived books?
Oh my god! I survived
I survived
physics.
physics.
But we started just asking him a bunch of questions about the incident. And then I wasn't afraid, so I asked him, "Did you clean it?" And he didn't answer me. He just walked away. It's like I was like, okay.
Respectable, sir. Respectable.
We'll
answer.
never know.
Yeah, that happened. You didn't hear that sound.
What is that anyway? I don't even
It's
know.
an Ono roller.
Thank you, sir. I see how that's fidgetable. I see.
Very soothing.
Do you participate in these rumor fluctuations, Conan? Or do you stay in your own way?
I'd say I usually just stay away from that, just for the most part.
Why do you think you do that?
Could be related to the introverted extroverted.
Mhm.
Probably is, but I think it's more so just what kind of people you hang around with too. It's like those people. It's always the same group that's gonna do the same thing,
Mhm.
the same rumors, the gist.
Mhm.
Whereas the more so introverted group, likely not.
Mhm. Mhm. But it's also. Are we gonna add some, Ben?
I was just gonna say I don't like usually want to like participate in that kind of stuff just because I don't think it's right to spread rumors, especially if you weren't there, you have no idea if it was true or not. So I don't like to be the person who was, unless I know something actually happened.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say like this happened. This is a fact. I'm not gonna spread a rumor of something I don't know.
But also the thing is, like, people who are introverted, like how you're saying, they could also be some of the weirdest people too. It's just that they don't really share it. But rumors don't really get out from people like sharing things. Like the person, like the culprit doesn't really share it. And that's how a rumor comes around. It's like people see it. And that could even apply to introverts too. So when you're saying that you wouldn't participate in like I'm also asking, do you commonly hear rumors just from your standpoint? Why do you think you don't? And I could also ask any of you guys too, if you guys want to answer.
I mean, what like on the other end of participate, I do think I've accidentally started a couple rumors. Let me know. I don't think I should say which ones I started.
Oh,
I don't think you should either.
I don't think I should say which ones. But accidentally, I did. And you spread one further. I told you one, and you spread it further.
Like I said, I don't spread rumors. I spread facts.
Because it was a fact. I mean, we had a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But
feel like we should talk about this.
It could be an interesting topic.
He was like the fuck.
Well,
He was like the nicest man on earth. I can't even like. You remember?
Yes, I
Like
do.
he was so nice. Like he was such a chill guy. Like you would never.
He was the
think-
teacher's pet, but
Yeah,
he was
he was-
still chill about it.
He was teacher's pet, but he was just like an actual like nice dude. And then bro like
He's so
turned to the dark side.
Something happened in middle school.
Whoa, what happened?
there was one time I was walking alongside him, and there was a girl sitting down, and he was
Oh.
like, "Look, I can see up her screen." I'm like, "Bro, shut the fuck up,
Dude, what?
get away."
oh, also, this guy's also incredibly racist.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh.
I used to have the same advice with him. Thank God I don't anymore. I got switched out. Anyways, my freshman and sophomore year, every time he was like in the general area, I wouldn't even be talking to him, and he'd be making the most racist comments towards me. Like every single advisement, slave owner, whipper, like he would constantly making like slave jokes towards me, and I'm like, bro, can you like chill? Chow, what did I do? Leave me alone.
Like dead ass.
He was too into the part.
He's 100% the definition of like no filter.
No,
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
It's not just no filter. He's psychotic, dude.
I finally threatened to tell the principal to tell the principal because I'm like, dude, if you don't like actually shut up, I'm gonna tell the principal about this because I'm actually getting pressed right now. And so he finally stopped, and I think I don't know. I haven't seen the guy in like a while now.
Yeah, I know he's been going to school, but I haven't.
He's been like hiding himself. I think
I don't know.
I don't blame him. I would be too.
I think everybody should be hiding from him, dude. You know, I was like kicking it with him too. Like when I had like 2-minute interactions with him, or like less than 2 minutes, he just like seemed pretty psychotic. But like I didn't want to be like, I mean, he never did me personally dirty, so it's like I didn't want to get on his bad side, to say the least.
I don't even know what I did. And this before,
I
by
know
the
what
way.
happened.
No, this okay. Well, he didn't even know I was the one who he was just making these comments before the leak happened. So
Oh, he's just been that.
this was a year prior. This was
Yep.
during sophomore year.
Now, like, I haven't hanged out with him that much because I don't. But
Good.
I think he's from the interactions I've had. I think he's more mellow right now.
More stable.
Because
I think he got a therapist.
Did he?
I think he got therapy.
I don't think that's for that though. I think
No,
it's just
I don't know if it was necessarily for that, but I'm like pretty certain he got
'Cause-
therapy.
Okay,
So, what do we think causes like these people to do these actions?
Past
The past, absolutely.
people they've like grown up around, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
things that happen at home.
Mm.
But do you think it's still? Imagine that you've heard those rumors, and then you hear like what might have caused those behaviors. Do you think they're valid, or what would you do with that person knowing that information?
I still don't think it's like if that like any if that's okay. Like like I don't know how to word this, but the things that some of these people do, like and like the rumors that we've heard, definitely like aren't okay, and like they like should actually like find like seek some help about like therapy or something like that. But I don't think rumors should be started in the first place. It creates too many problems as it is. But I also don't think the person who like the people who started the rumors and the people like doing the action in the rumor, neither of them are like good, which is why I've kind of like I just spent like an entire week at like my church camp, and it kind of like reminded me like of how like if you don't like it, just the idea if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Or if your actions are only going to bring others down and not lift anyone up, then don't say it. I think that applies with spreading rumors and creating the rumor in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And then for this person that you would hear those rumors, and then you hear what could have caused those rumors, would you treat that person any differently?
No.
So how would you treat them in the first place?
I'd still be like, dude, like, what are you doing? And I'd have that same reaction. I'm like, that doesn't give you any excuse.
Mhm.
Like, regardless of what's going on, like in your life, it doesn't give you an excuse to do any of this. You still like have the option to seek help and like like get it solved, but that definitely doesn't give you an excuse to like make these kind of comments or do these kind of things.
You two agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's unexcusable.
And then, so why do we think like people create these rumors in the first place? Like, what is this urge to create and spread rumors? Because no one really asks them, like, have you seen this person do this very specific and odd thing?
I feel like
Clearly.
most of the time it's accidental.
I think people just like talking, you know?
Yeah.
Because it starts out small within maybe the small friend groups, as per example here with the last ones. But most, they don't spread intentionally. Like,
No.
it's all just on the urge to have a conversation. That's just what happens to be the latest topic. Whereas that it'll go from one group. Maybe that person has another connection related to that said person in the rumor. So they'll start conversing about it and then so forth. And it's just like a wildfire.
But what is this urge to make this rumor in the first place and talk about it? So you said it's the urge
To have a conversation.
So
Just
why-
to have something to talk
why is that one of the main topics?
To try and draw attention to yourself, I think. To try it, if people start like hearing that you know like information, they're probably going to want to start talking to you more about like information and about other things. And I think that's just all it is. It's just a game of attention.
What do you think, Taha? You agree?
Yeah, I'd say I agree. I think, but mainly I think like people like to talk about like things they find funny or like things like, I don't know, that are interesting. And if it's like a secret about someone that like no one knows, that's like the most interesting thing you can get.
Mhm.
You know?
And also, some people feel like once they have this information in their head, they just can't keep it to themselves. Yeah, and so they just want to like it's part of the attention thing too, but it's also like there's something like bogging your mind so much, and you just want to get it out. So, yeah, and then this vulnerability when they're talking about something like that, like a secret like that, it's also like a sign of trust, even though this trust. There's no obligation to keep it a secret because it's not your own.
Right.
Oh, that's actually a big part because it's a secret that you're spreading, which is a sign of like connection, but it's not your own. So you don't hurt yourself at all. So it's a lot easier to just talk about it. And so when you talk about these things, it's like you would only say these things with like your closer group, and then saying something like that is like solidifying it, but it doesn't hurt yourself personally. It's like a fast pass to us being like bros or whatever. It's like kind of a stupid way of saying it. But yeah.
When I was up at my church camp this past week, one of the rules we made as a church was no gossip, no rumors, just because rumors, unless it's like a funny rumor, like a joke or something, they're not gonna grow you closer to each other. They're just gonna split you further apart. And I actually like really liked that rule because I thought it was a lot easier for me to be comfortable around these people. And I think it actually helped us all like strengthen our relationships and grow closer with each other.
What's really annoying too is that about these rumors, certain people who like really care a lot or who hear about these rumors a lot, they'll like walk on eggshells. If you've heard that saying, it's just like they'll try to be really careful, and then they become so careful they're like annoying because they're so bad at talking because they just don't want to say the wrong thing. It's like it kind of pisses me off, honestly. Yeah, you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, when you hear these types of rumors or stuff, it's like, do you guys ever get like jealous of what they're doing? Because if it's like some really freakazoid type rumors and you're like a virgin puss boy, would you get a little jealous
Of them being a virgin puss boy?
of them getting action and you not?
Assuming
You're a virgin puss boy. Of course you're not.
Oh,
Captain Taha.
not
Talking
really.
that shit.
I don't. Not really. Like that's just their life. Like I don't like get jealous of it. Living my own.
It's just disgusting. Yeah.
As a good Christian boy, I believe in waiting until marriage.
What do you think, Connor?
It's a little bit. No.
Connor's into the freakish.
What? No. No.
Yeah.
That's just something. Like, not that you would get jealous, but you would more so question them. Like, what were their intentions? Why would they? Why would they have the urge to do their said act?
And that's why it's weird, like how I was saying, why would people talk about these things when they're not jealous? They just think it's weird.
Right.
And so the only answer is that they just want attention. They just can't keep it in.
You're right.
Why do you think people just can't keep it in? Like they just can't keep it to themselves?
I guess like secrets like kind of like hold some like weight, I suppose, and like if it's hard to like keep in. I know like for some people, they can't like keep secrets. They have to like tell people or something because like I don't know, it's like weighing heavy on them. They can't stop thinking of it, and the only way they can like kind of get it out is if they tell someone.
What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yes, I agree as well.
Yeah. And even so, let's talk about it in like a positive light too. In what situation would you tell like some of your homeboys? We'll say us, this group. At what situation would you tell your boys like some of your deeper secrets? Not deepest, but deeper type of situation. Deeper secrets. I mean, it's like insecurities.
Yeah. I would tell people like my insecurities like only with like the people that like I trust, because trust is something that I hold very, very dearly in my life. And if I can trust you, we're gonna get along just fine. But if I don't trust you, I'm gonna tend to be like more distant from you, and I'm not gonna want to like interact with you more. I trust like all these guys here and like all the people like in my church, for example. So I'm comfortable telling them like what my insecurities are, like the things that like I'm dealing with and like what's going on through my head. But like if it were there are like a lot of people at school who I'd say I'm like friends with, but I wouldn't tell them my insecurities because we're just not that close.
Right.
What do you guys think? For you personally, I'm saying.
I feel like as for the time when you say it, that just comes naturally. It's all just within the moment, whenever you just need to unload. But as for who, I agree with Ben. It's absolutely just trust. However much you trust the person, that's how much you're unearthed to say.
For me, it's definitely about trust, but like I'm more so like never have any secrets. Like if I have insecurities, I just straight up tell people. I don't like care. But like I do trust. Like I first of all tell the people I trust first, but like I'm just kind of open book. Like if you ask, like I'll tell you.
Do you think that's a good thing though, that you would just tell anybody?
I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good quality?
I think if you're willing to be open with everyone, I feel like that's a good thing, because then people know you're not hiding anything from them.
Right.
So I am a compulsive liar.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
What do you think, Connor? Do you think that's a good quality?
I feel like it's more hurtful than helpful.
Why is that?
It goes to a point where you learn everything about that person. More so, it's too much to know about them. Whereas so much information that, again, some of it you really shouldn't know. It's personal information. Whereas letting everything go, it creates not a second identity, but more so of a much different image than what you could previously have, or with again any other situation.
Mm-hmm. Which could be positive or negative.
I'd say more so it's negative.
Okay. Yeah. It's just that
I didn't mean that.
He broke Taha.
Captain Taha to you.
My bad.
But it's also when you're more vulnerable with the people around you, if it's something that like not like I'm saying, not your deepest secret, but it's like something deeper, it's easier to let it go because like you're spreading it with people. And then when you're talking about it with people, they kind of keep you accountable. So if it's something that you're struggling with, when you tell somebody else, they could keep you accountable. Like how Ben does to encourage you guys to go to the gym, for example. Which is that's a good quality.
We still need to.
Yes, work out. It's good for you.
Tomorrow.
But yeah, it's that vulnerability that can really bring people together, and sharing it is very important. But when it's like the deeper things and the things that like really like have a problem, it's that the people when you share it with, they have that obligation to be like consolation. So they're obligated to be nice to you, and they're obligated to be like, it's not your fault or whatever, something stupid like that. And once you share your entire personality with somebody and your deepest secrets, naturally people are gonna like be kinder towards you. which is something that a lot of people look for. And therefore is why a lot of people would share some of their deepest secrets. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
The thing is, nobody said it like how I just said it. Like, it's always in the back of the mind, back of the mind when people say these things, because like you're saying, it's part of the moment, which could be a positive or a negative moment. But for the people who share it a lot, they're really just like seeking that kindness and that connection,
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just a hard way to think of it because there's different outlets that people could take, because some people who are better at connecting or good at socializing, they'll speak about it. People who get shut in and they like play video games as an outlet, that's one thing they could do too. And then in certain extreme cases, people could turn to alcohol or drugs. Yeah. So how should a person go about, let's say you are a person with a lot of trauma, how would you personally go about releasing it? Because then again, if you release it too quickly with too many people, those things can occur.
Releasing it.
What?
I was thinking about the releasing it.
As in, like, you have these, like, you have like certain traumas that are like held in your heart or whatever. Like, how would you get over it? That's what I'm saying. Oh, my ass hurts.
My bad.
Oh.
Me personally, I would in the last couple episodes ago I talked about like my faith and like my religion. So if for me, I wouldn't actually release it to anyone. I would actually instead release it to God, and I would just pray on it and just like ask him for like help, and just to like take these things off my mind and just like help me like focus more on you. I wouldn't, if it's really something bothering me that badly, I have people in my life that I could tell about it and who would like, because there are the guys in my grade at my church. I have people like in like that relationship, that group of guys where I can tell them anything and they'd still love me, and because we're all like brothers in that group. So it, again, for me, it's just whoever I trust.
And for the people who are not as religious, as in Connor and Taha, what do you guys think?
At least for me, I hate the idea of therapists. Like, just from personal experience as well, it feels fake, just to me. But I know a lot of people who have had positive experiences through it, as it's a very helpful way to vent out. But for me, honestly, it's just with the bros, with the guys, with whoever you trust the most. Be it, usually it's not your parents, because you feel more comfortable venting out to not those you spend like every day with, but more so just you have the best experience with. That's what you savor.
And we can come back to that. But what do you think, Taha?
I mean, if I did have secrets, which I don't, I'd probably just tell these guys, like, there's people I'm friends with, Because, like, for me, if I've had secrets before, but, like, I just don't like keeping it in, like we talked about earlier. Because, like, it just doesn't feel comfortable, So, like, I just tell people. I've also had times where people just assumed I had secrets. I'm like, what? Someone was like, so tell me about what your dad was like. I'm like, my dad's not dead.
Was like. Yeah, pretty much. So why do we think, well, first go back to the first thing that you said, Connor. So why do you think therapists are pretty fake and you don't believe in therapy?
At least
That's
from
everybody.
From the one that I had, this was maybe 8th, 7th grade. It was assigned by the school. They felt more like a chore to check in rather than someone I could go to. And that just ruined the entire experience for me. That it ruined the image that I have for therapists.
What do you guys think?
For me, oh no, you go ahead.
I mean, I haven't really had any therapy, right? But so I don't really know for sure. From what I've heard, it can help people. I think this depends mostly on the person and the therapist they have. Because I know with my sister, she had like therapy with our dad or whatever, and she didn't like it. But like I don't know, like I have some friends who've also went to therapy and it worked for them. So this depends on the person, I think.
For me, again, I'm going to go back to my religion. Like Christianity is basically just my therapy. It's an easy way for me to like vent out to like my D group or my discipleship group. It's an easy way for me to like get help and like get guidance as to like what I should do next. And it helps me like 100% of the time. It's never failed me once.
The thing for me is that I have a positive image of therapists, even though I've never been to a therapist, because that's actually one of the career options I'm thinking of going into, because I've had conversations like this where I could explain things and put it in ways that people explain, like understand socially, is what I'm saying. But with my experience with sharing things with other people, I feel like, not to sound egotistical, but like I give myself the own best advice. And when people say things to me, it's like stuff I already kind of know. So that's why I will personally probably not go to a therapist, because it's stuff I could like figure out just from these interactions and from how I've lived my life on like what to do. The infamous eye story. I clearly did not know what to I did know what to do. I just didn't do it. But that's why I have like that positive idea of therapists, because like for people like you guys who have known me for a while, if I were to become a therapist and we still know each other, then you guys would probably be more comfortable coming to me. Anyways, to go to what Connor was saying afterwards, you feel more comfortable speaking to your homeboys and your brothers instead of your parents. Why do you think that is? Because you said before that it's people that you like vibe with and like you click at the moment rather than people you've spent your whole life with. But you could see how other people would think of it in the other way too.
No, absolutely. If it depends on the relationship that you build between the people you spend your life with, be it parents, family, sibling, and then the people that you spend not every day with, like I said, but more so just the time, like the limited time with. It builds different connections, but you grow to lean more towards one than the other. And that builds up to whichever you trust the most and you're the most comfortable with.
What do you guys think?
Sorry, I zoned out because I had to check a work tab.
Oh,
So the question was, why do people feel, or certain people feel, that they're more comfortable spelling their tea and their secrets to their friends rather than their parents or their family?
I feel like the relationship you build with your parents is a lot more different than the relationship you build with your friends. So for me, I feel like it's because we're more similar to our friends than we are to our parents is the reason we feel more comfortable sharing. For the longest time, I didn't feel comfortable telling these things with my parents because I didn't think I thought they would have like different reactions like when I would tell them. But with like my friends, I never had that. I never had that like thought. I always thought they would understand me. They get me. But then like there was this one time where I did talk to something that I was going through with my parents, and they actually took it like very well. And I was very shocked because I never tried to have that conversation with them before.
What do you think, Taha?
I think like I agree with what they said, but also I think people are less comfortable with their parents because a lot of times people want their parents. They either don't have a good relationship with their parents, or they want their parents to see like the best of them, right? And like telling your parent like all these secrets, you could be worried, oh, they could see me differently, or something like that. So you go to your friends instead because you trust your friends. Your friends like you because they met you know, and not as worried, you know.
And also, your parents is people that you'll be with for the rest of your life. So when they see you in that light, it's hard to think that they'll ever let that go, because you'll like expect them to remember that part about you because they remember everything about you naturally. It's their parents. And also the things with your friends, one, that they could forget your problems, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. But also, friends could be temporary, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you spilling that to them and them leaving, it's just symbolic of that situation leaving you as they leave too. Because, you know, people move, things go bad, you just grow apart, stuff like that, you know?
right.
But a parent is someone that you'll be with for the rest of your life. And that being said, going off what Ben was saying too, your relationship is different between your parents and your friends, because the parents, especially us as guys from our father, they have that disciplinary expectation too. So that if you make yourself look bad, like how Taha was saying, they might have to discipline, or they might feel like they failed in that disciplinary action as you're growing up, which is very clearly not true because everybody goes through problems. That being said, what is the proper etiquette of when somebody is sharing a secret with you? Well, how should you react? Because there's many things that you could do wrong, really.
So I think the best thing to do when someone is sharing you a secret or telling something that's really important to them is just sit there and listen. I feel like that's a skill that like not a lot of people have. A lot of people just will kind of just like in one ear out the other. They won't really think about it. But if someone's telling you this kind of like deep secret, it means they really care about you and they trust you. So I think the best thing to do and the best quality to have is just to sit there and listen. Be someone they can vent to, be someone they can trust.
No, I absolutely agree. Being someone that you can just listen to instead of being the overcaring, like, oh, if it's like a bad mistake that you're venting about, instead of trying to comfort them about it, rather than just understanding and listening through, that people appreciate that much more than trying to go to for comfort.
I blank.
Oh.
Wait, what were we talking about?
All right, this is more for me to edit. But the question was, what is the proper etiquette of when somebody is sharing one of their secrets to you? How should you react?
What? No. No, like what Ben said. I did listen to Ben. I just forgot. I just didn't listen.
Okay, of course you listen to me.
Just listen. Just listen. You know, like just be there for them. Listen. You know, like be understanding. That type of thing. You know.
I feel like something you should also do, like not just in the conversation, like in the moment, you should just sit there and listen. But then afterwards, you should check up on them. You should, like, after they told you, you should be like, hey, I remember you telling me this. How are you doing? Are you feeling any better? Like, is there anything I could do to help? Like, that's when you should be more comforting and like understanding, is after they've told you. But in the moment, you should listen, and then when the situation is past, check up on them, make sure they're feeling good.
Now I blanked. Hold up, let me think.
Maybe it's time to take a pee break.
We could.
I do need to take a pee break.
You chugged that bottle.
I did. I was very thirsty.
This guy and his pee breaks.
I was.
You come here.
Dude, no.
Biden didn't resonated. It was National Ice Cream Day.
Of course it was.
he planned that.
That's weird, bro. Why did he resign?
I heard about it, but
I thought it was fake. At first.
It's because
I don't blame him.
Everyone
either.
told
He's
him to.
Old. Yes, everyone was telling. Who's running in his place? Didn't like Gavin Newsom say he was gonna run?
Well, they have to like vote for the new nominee.
Yes, please.
I still got it. I'm fine. I'm good though.
It's
It's inevitable for every podcast to get political.
but yeah, they have to vote. They have to like vote for like a new nominee.
I think the first podcast I was on, we talked about January 6th.
Oh my god.
They have to vote for a new nominee, or whatever.
Right.
I don't know if Gavin Newsom would. I think
He said he would run. I remember hearing him say he would run, but I think he wasn't going to because he was supporting Biden.
I heard he'd run if it was in like 2028, but I don't know about it like now. But Biden already put in his support for Kamala, his VP. So have others, but like it's not like for sure yet. Everyone's on their phone.
I'm checking for
Yeah,
work.
my bad.
He's on his Discord.
No,
I'm taking work tests.
I have important things I need to manage.
Like what? You don't have a job?
Like his Discord server.
No.
We're literally a Discord mod. I have a job. I work.
You just screwed up my hair.
Nothing.
Your hair's already screwed. What else is new?
I thought it looked better.
It does look better.
Better doesn't mean it looks good.
You need the middle part.
No, we
Yeah,
can't lose the middle part. Just give
No.
it style.
That's a new style.
I don't have curvy hair like someone here.
He's
Yeah,
Asian.
I know I have
Yeah, I know.
There's
You
only
can
so
do
much he
things
can
with
do.
yours.
I know I
There's
can.
only
Yeah,
so much
there's
he can
so
do.
much I can do.
Get a perm.
Don't get a perm.
Yeah, I can either look good in hats or I can do curls. So
Dude, you do not want to see me in a hat.
I don't want to see you in a hat.
I
You're
don't
right.
like cats. Yeah, that's a corny.
Yeah,
I don't like cats.
hats are shitty.
On me.
I
yeah.
hate hats.
Don't talk. This is literally a church hat. Don't talk that way about the church.
Yeah, I don't like wearing caps though, or any hat really. Yeah, but anyways, look at this guy.
What?
Anyways, back to 3, 2, 1. Anyways, so like we were talking about, the etiquette of when somebody is telling you a type of secret. A lot of people, I've spoken about this before, but a lot of people, especially guys, make the mistake of like trying to fix the problem rather than just listening. Is one of the big ones, but one that no way I'm blanking. Yeah, hold up. Anyway, one that people don't really talk about a lot, even though this could happen, is that when somebody's like telling you a problem, people like will compare their problems with the problem that they're hearing about at the same time, you know?
Right.
And then let's say that, like, how would you guys feel if you're telling somebody a problem and then, or like one of your secrets or whatever, and then they start like telling, like comparing it, like making it sound like a comparison.
I wanted to say this earlier. I just forgot. I hate it when people try to make it about themselves because I used to have this problem too. I would always try to make the conversation about me, and
Which is natural.
it is that it is natural. I'm now mature enough to the point where I understand what I was doing was wrong, and I just need to sit there and listen. But like at the time, I wasn't thinking about them. I was only thinking about myself, which is what the human brain decides to do. They don't usually think about other people first. They think about themselves. So yeah, but now that I can see that, I can visually understand like what I was doing was wrong. It's just like I just need to sit there and listen.
What do you guys think? How would you guys react if somebody was comparing their problem to yours?
I feel like what Ben was saying, it's instinctual that you would think about yourself first. I think, well, first, you just shouldn't be offended by it. That's just how people think sometimes. But in the point that you're vulnerable, I feel like it's something where it's not something you should forget.
That they would do that?
Right. I don't know. I'm kind of blanking.
Okay. What do you think, Captain Taha?
So not like when I'm telling a secret, but like when I'm like listening to someone's secret or something. What I usually do instead of like saying, "Oh, I can compare," I usually go, "Listen, I've never like gone through something like that, so there's not much advice I can give you, but I'll listen," you know. And that's kind of like show my support without like, like comparing it. Right?
Tell me if you've thought of something, Connor, but I think that is a really good quality that a lot of people should do, where they acknowledge that they don't have much experience in what they're talking about, but just the act of listening, like how we're talking about, is so important. And just like being that figure that could keep the other person accountable and getting that weight off their chest is already so important in the first place. You know, do you think it would be a good quality if somebody were to like, so let's say you told somebody like one of your insecurities, right? What if it just like how Ben was saying, in one ear out the other? Do you think that's like a good thing, like a good quality you could appreciate? Because I'm saying that is because if somebody is like, who's like kind of forgetful in that way, it's like easier to just like dump shit and they would just like not remember. So it's like easier to say things because it wouldn't have consequence. Right. But still, they're forgetting some of the things about you. So what do you guys think?
I take that personally. If I tell them something like that really means a lot to me, and then it just goes in one ear out the other, I take that personally.
How would you react?
I would just kind of like, dude, I like told you something really personal, like something like you sat down and listened to me about something, and I was comfortable sharing with you, and then you just forgot about that. I'd be like, then why would I wouldn't have told you in the first place.
Waste of time.
Mm-hmm. I want someone that I can be able to like talk to about even if they don't have any experience with it. like I was saying earlier, I want people who like check up on me like afterwards, like make sure that like, and I would do this with other people who tell me their secrets. I would check up on them afterwards, like, hey, you told me this. I want to make sure you're all good. I want to make sure everything's okay. I've been praying about this, like that kind of stuff.
What do y'all think?
Taha, do you have anything? I'm blanking right now.
You just made me blank.
God.
Two-man
Dare you.
podcast.
Gosh, this podcast is just Ivan and Ben, and just two guys sitting in a couple of chairs.
For filler.
Okay. I see how it has been.
My point exactly, by the way.
What was the topic?
Oh yeah, it is his
Hello?
because it goes in one ear out the other. I just remembered. Guys.
I want to leave.
For me, I mean, I think that kind of also depends on the person, where it's like different people want different things. Like sometimes they want people that's like a wall to talk to, and they don't care if they really remember or not. Or sometimes you want that person to like have more of a conversation with, and like bring it up again later and talk about it more. You know. So I think it mostly depends on the person. But yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You got anything, Connor?
I feel like it depends on the topic more so than anything. If it's just something you want to vent about, then you can do that to anyone. You can do it to, again, anyone you know.
Mm-hmm.
But more so for the personal topics, if it's one ear out the other, then I agree with Ben. That's something you should take offense to that. But oh God.
No, I think that's a fine point to finish on. Yeah. All right, that's a good point. Good points all around. We all wrapped up for this topic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Three. They gave me a week, remember? Did you go with me?
Yes.
We're gonna be hit after that.
Welcome back.
Skip legs, and then you canceled on me the last day.
I was busy.
Yeah, I know. And then we went twice or 3 times. I can't remember.
Arms and chest. That's what it was.
That's right. See, it's more than one.
Faster.
For our next question, who can make the best moan?
Yeah, you're definitely closeted.
Yeah, what happened to Kristen?
I'm not closeted.
That's a clip.
That is a clip.
Here's a manly moan, right?
I can't do it. He doesn't know how.
Quickly punch him in the balls.
That's a scream.
I can't moan.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on. I'm the only one who had an actual moan, guys.
Yeah, we know. It's not the first time I've
Aren't
heard
you
it
Discord
either.
mod, Connor? Don't you know how to make a moan? Are you just kidding?
He is. Look, you hear his moan?
That's what's up.
That's a man.
That's a manly moan.
And that's how you know we're all virgins.
Give it to me.
Don't give me that look. You're a virgin.
You're trying to convince me that I am?
You're definitely a virgin. Buddy's my rage and I mind powers on you. You are a virgin.
You're trying to Professor X me?
It worked.
Oh my God.
Are you looking?
Taha.
3-finger combo. Wait, should you know about 3-finger combo, Mr. Bowling? It's either good at bowling
No, it's 2-finger combo actually.
or good at bed.
I guess I'm good at bowling.
How is it 2-finger? It has to be.
Use 2 fingers.
You don't put your thumb in?
No. Oh, you put your thumb in like the other. So it depends.
So wait, no. There's 2 on the top, one
Hello?
on the bottom.
Stop fitting.
1-finger combo.
Of 2 fingers fitting.
No, it's your middle finger and your ring finger, and then your 2 fingers like other on the side, and then sometimes your thumb goes.
So you're telling me
I
I
think this is
dropped its bowling wrong, my.
Remember
Yes,
that
most
games?
people have.
I came to,
Wait, 2 fingers is kids?
Huh?
it's for kids meal. It's
Why are you
came.
2-fingering kids?
I don't know.
That's what we got.
Why are you
Oh,
thinking
Smith,
Smith?
right?
That's what we got. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we got
yeah.
with Smith. We got him the two.
That's right.
The two.
You got the finger two kids.
The two-finger combo.
We really
from
got him
Cane's.
a kid.
Two-finger combo from Cane's. You know.
Facts.
I heard you got him to finger 2 kids, but
That's a different story.
He does have 2 kids.
That was a different day.
Different. That's all how the rumor started.
I no longer feel comfortable here.
You shouldn't.
Why did I agree to come do this?
You're in danger.
I tried to be like civil.
I realize.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I tried to be like
Thought we weren't.
I tried to be like religious and civil, and then I just got dragged into
podcast. That's the
Yes.
last thing you should have.
Yeah, on the talking stage. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That topic was literally religion the last time I was here. So.
Wait, tough name or what? Talking stage? Can't tell me
I
this.
thought it was the talking show.
Bitch, that's the worst thing
The
I've ever
talking-
heard.
What you told me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I said
did.
talking
That's what I
stage.
kept looking up.
I said talking stage.
Oh my!
Why
you
would
said
it be called the talking show?
I don't know. That's what he said.
That's so dumb.
That's like, oh my gosh, that's like the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. It's like
Yeah,
those are like TV names. Those are not like.
yeah,
the
talking
talking-
stage is the point in a relationship.
Yeah, that's why I was like.
Did you not know that?
So
I realized that yesterday.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I was like, oh wait, it's like the talking stage of a relationship.
bro, are you dumb? The literal first podcast was about relationships. All right, bro.
Oh my god.
All right.
I only was in the religion.
over here.
Okay. All right.
Talking stage now.
All right. Which one?
How about that most recent?
Say that for another time.
Wait, hang on.
No.
Hanging on.
What are we hanging on for?
I'm curious now.
Curious for what? That was a joke.
Likely story.
I actually had faith
Likely
for a second.
story.
That's the only faith.
How about you, Connor?
No.
How about you, Taha? I know you get mad play.
I get mad. Yeah,
Yeah, with me.
He
He gives me the 3-finger combo.
All right, what the hell?
All right.
What?
No, I don't have any like girlfriends. I just have like girl like friends.
Friends who are girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Girls.
And like the only people like none of them are like at school just because like I'm just not close with like because I don't
Oh, that looks weird. Oh.
because like the girl because like the girls I'm gonna be honest, the girls at school are like kind of like
Yeah.
a bit much sometimes. I can't even. I need someone like the girls are like because the girls like I'm close with are like the girls on like my church, and I can like actually be real with them and have a serious like conversation without. And we can hang out, we can have a good time, and it's just that kind of relationship that I don't really have at school with like any of the girls. I just don't connect with them like that. But they're just you've seen some of the girls at school. They're a little.
Their attention.
Yeah, exactly. They're attention seekers. They're like what you would think about when you think of high school girls.
Yeah.
But I feel like the girls like you can find like you could actually be like real with and like, actually like relate to a lot are typically like the ones who like you'll become like your best friends.
Let me ask y'all then. What are your guys' signals that this female could be a best friend potential relationship? Oh, they could.
Vibes.
Gosh,
Vibes.
they've lit
These vibes. That's it.
vibes.
You
What do you
think
mean?
vibes is good enough to be best friends?
That's crazy.
Yeah. We're friends,
That's that's insane. Best friend, not just
friend.
a friend.
Best friend.
Best friends.
I
Like
don't
a
know.
close
This
relationship.
is
You've
like-
heard of like the girl best friends,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, like that.
Yeah, what would qualify?
Like sleepover qualification.
Like
No.
if it's like- if it's like
You're thinking
hanging out
about
with
it.
the
You're
homies,
thinking about it
it's a
too
girl.
much.
If it's like you're hanging out with the homies, but it's a girl. And that's
Yeah.
best friend.
But to be a best friend, that's good enough?
You just need vibes. That's it.
Not that,
Wow.
that's it. I mean, like friends. That's what I thought.
Okay.
I mean,
no.
You
Best
think you
friend.
would have the same qualifications for a girl and a guy?
I don't know.
What?
Like I
What?
don't know. Like what? Like what's the difference? Is this like friends?
Okay, because
Oh,
like
okay, respect the young man.
yeah, that's. I mean, like your guys. Well, guys, you tend to talk about like different things than you would talk about
Yeah.
with like girls.
Right.
But I feel like for me personally, if for like a girl like to be like one of my like closest friends, like they need to like show me like different like kinds of like feelings. Like the girls that like I've gotten like closer with like at my church are like really sweet. They're really caring and loving people, and I like truly like look up to them because of like how. Because I aspire to be like them because of how like sweet and kind they are, and I want to like try and spread that kindness like as well. But like, I don't see that. I don't really like get that a lot from the girls at like school because the girls at school are like really like judgmental. but like the girls at my church are really caring and honest, and we can like open up with each other.
For me, it's like a similar qualification too, because like obviously I own this podcast. Conversation is something I value. So for somebody who could hold those deeper, not just deeper, but like being able to hold a conversation, not just like blank out or attention span is a big one for me. But that's mostly for any person that I would call my friend. But for a best friend or a potential relationship partner at this point, I would say like their aspirations and if they have like plans for the future is a big one. Because if it's just somebody who like their aspirations is to hang out and their dreams is to get drunk, it's like yeah, it's fun and yeah, you could do your own thing. But for me personally, like my preference is that no, not somebody like that, you know. And then like obviously your restrictions and like those check boxes are different between a relationship partner and friends and a girl and a guy.
100%.
Yeah, naturally, it's just how it is. And then like so for me, it would be one to have that conversational standpoint, which you guys have all qualified for, by the way. But also when you have those aspirations, that would be a big green flag. What you got?
Unless like, for me, it's just like this. Well, like regular friends, I like it's just the same. Like if I make the friend as like the same as I make like guy friends or whatever. It's like it doesn't really like make a difference with me. With best friend, like I don't know. It just have to be like someone I can like laugh with, like hard. Like we always make each other laugh. Talking goes somewhere. Stuff like that, I guess.
Quality time.
Yeah.
What you got, Connor?
No, I agree with Taha. I feel like for qualifications on like best friend, guy and girl, it doesn't really make a difference. Whereas again, like you said, a partner or like someone for the future, that's entirely different. That has the bigger list check boxes. But for best friend, I agree. It's like someone who you just would enjoy spending time with. Someone
And the same qualifications from a boy and a girl.
exactly, yes.
So let me ask y'all, what is your guys' friendship red flags? Because we all talk about red flags from relationships, but what about friendships?
Liars.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Cook Taha.
We're done.
No, I'm not.
Why lies?
I don't like liars. Considering I used to like, especially like towards like the beginning of like last year, I would like lie about myself a little bit to make myself seem like a little more like interesting. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, no, why did I do that? Like that was just dumb. But I don't like liars. I like people that I can be brutally honest with, and I like people that I can trust. If I can't trust you, you're gonna keep lying to me. Why would I want to hang out with you?
What do you guys think?
Like maybe like people pleasers, maybe.
Ooh, that's a good
You
one.
know, because like
I'm cooked now.
yeah, throwing it back on you. Because like then I feel like, oh, this person could be like fake. I don't know if they're like truly like this or whatever. Like it's like it's similar to the lying thing where you can't like really fully trust them, I guess.
I keep forgetting the word.
Why are you looking at me?
We wouldn't know. I can't get the word off the top of my head, but like someone who's like how do I describe it? Someone
Bearing?
Oversharing?
No, like
Overreactive?
no, over talk like about themselves. But what's the word? for it?
Overreactors.
Self-absorbed?
Sure. Something like along the lines of that, like selfish. Let's go with that. I feel like if they're all like what Ben said, we talked about this earlier. If they're over talkative about themselves, then I feel like that's a big red flag.
Like an ego
Always
thing.
Mhm.
Self-observe.
Self-absorbed. Something like
We
that.
already
I
said
can't,
that.
dude. I'm not a dictionary. I don't know.
Then get a dictionary.
You become one, please. I'm Asian, but like I'm not good at those.
You have a phone.
I'm not gonna bring that out for this.
No, but later.
We'll see. But like going back on point, it's that's just something that I personally just can't bear, because if they make everything about themselves, then it's just so much harder to talk to them about anything else, because it's always going to be related to them some way or another. Unless what you do is related to them one way or another, you're never going to actually get anywhere.
And kind of what relates to like all of you, kind of relates to what all of you guys were saying is that like I don't like people who are just don't stop yapping, like straight up.
Yeah.
And I mean yapping as in like they just say a whole ton of bullshit. Like they say something in 7 words when they could have just said it in 4. And so they'll be like, and then they yap, but they yap with such like high energy and intensity. Like I don't mind if somebody stutters. Like stutter's a stutter, but like if you just like talk a lot and then you just say a whole ton of nothing, I get so bored. I'm not gonna lie. And then I have this podcast, and like the point is to speak, not to just like word barf. Like if you word barf, you're just annoying.
I feel like another good word to describe like a good quality I like to have in a friend.
Green flag.
Yeah, green flag, girl or guy, is community. I like to be, or family rather, because like in my church we've developed such a strong community to now we're at the point where it feels like a family. We're all like now like pretty good like brothers and sisters in Christ. So like these are like people that like I don't have like that kind of intention, like any like kind of like like girlfriend, guy friend, like girlfriend, like intention with, because like these girls are like I'm now like, especially after this trip, I'm like super close with. I feel like comfortable around them. I don't want to like ruin it by like just adding a relationship to it. That just seems like a bit much when I could just have like a strong friendship instead.
Do you guys have any more red or green flags you would share?
I don't think so.
Being named Connor Chen.
Wow, that's a green flag, right?
No, it's a red.
I'm no longer calling you Captain Taha.
You
Your
never
address-
did.
Having your address be. I'm pretty sure I could have sound effects.
Breathing.
Red flag?
Mm.
I think that's very
Being
generous.
alive.
Generous.
Yeah,
Oh.
generous.
No.
Have you guys
There's some-
seen like the memes where it's just like the ick list?
Oh,
Have you guys seen that meme, the ick list?
No.
Where okay, so basically this guy like is like who just, you don't never see his face, but he's like just it's a clip of him like watching like a TikTok or like a short or something like that, and it'll be like an ick that a girl has, and then he goes to add it to his notes, and it's like a 700 long ick list,
yeah.
and that just pisses me off. That pisses me off so much.
Do you guys know what the ick is?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your guys' opinions of the ick?
Gosh, it's just so petty.
Oh, yeah.
It's so petty. It's just like, I feel like girls have way too many expectations for what they need in a guy as opposed to what guys have expectations they need in a girl. Because I've done this thing where like I've compared like some of my expectations that I want in a girl compared to some of my expectations that my friends want in a guy, and the expectations are just so unrealistic. Especially like because I've watched like TikToks and like shorts like about that kind of stuff, and it's like if you like look up the statistics of how many people are like that in the world, you're going to find that those numbers are very, very small, and these people will be single for a very long time.
Exactly.
I feel like the media had a big influence on that.
Oh, 100%.
Because, like, God, I'm blanking. Thank you. For the ick that, the concept of it, it's been out for a while, but
Mhm.
again, with media, especially since COVID, especially, the definition of it is just mind blowing. It's completely different.
In social media, you're being bombarded with these like biologically better people,
Right.
just genetically gifted people.
Mhm.
And so you see these expectations and you create those expectations that I shouldn't settle for some weird guy if I see this 10 out of 10 supermodel, which you're obviously never going to talk to in your life
Mhm.
on your screen. Yeah. What do you think, Captain Taha? Oh, Mr. Mager Taha. Did you see the way he looked at me? My fault. My fault. I didn't know I was talking to the alpha. My bad.
Okay. I was gonna say, ick, more like you're a dick.
Type shit. Like and subscribe to the
Like
Talking
and
Stage.
subscribe. We needed a thumbnail.
Well, what's a good thumbnail? Type shit.
Oh, God.
Thanks. I'm
Ben, what are we doing?
gonna do this again.
I don't know what I'll do the same thing.
Do what he did.
What?
Do gang sign.
I don't know.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
I don't know.
All right, you're probably got the thumbnail somewhere. All right. W thumbnail. Anyways. Why are you guys looking at me?
Gosh, you guys are so zesty.
I'm disappointed in him. I'm disappointed.
I don't know.
And they were calling me the closeted gay, by the way.
I mean,
We're open.
You're the one who moaned.
Where's my
Was that
phone?
Nick? When he mowed? What do you think?
Big ick. Big ick.
I feel like that was a W mo.
Was that a green flag?
That's a green flag.
Oh,
too.
If it was a bad moan, that's an ick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, my moan was not.
Anyways, back to the point of icks. It's just, again, it's so petty. It's so like, bro, you can't have this like list of expectations and then like this 500 long list of expectations and then be disappointed when a guy doesn't check every single box.
Yeah.
It's so unrealistic. It's never going to happen.
And ick is like the concept where a person can be like perfect and then they do this one tiny thing and the whole image shatters away.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, you didn't really like that. Like, let's just be dead ass. And it's like so much that you're looking at this person on a pedestal and this one tiny thing could just blow them off of it and you won't have any expectation of them.
Mm-hmm.
When the only thing that could really do that is when they do something really bad. You guys have a big
Yes.
conflict. You learn something about
Right.
that person. But something like the way they sit down in a chair is like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unfortunately what's common.
I think there's a difference between like having like a preference as to who you like as opposed to like an ick, for example. Like for me, like my like it, yeah, like having like a type and then having like icks are like a complete like different things.
Oh yeah.
Like for like example, my type is like white or Asian, like brown, black hair, blonde. It's just like it's just like characteristics about them.
Mm.
But then like icks are like some like minute like details. Like those things like about a person don't mean as much as like their personality, for example.
Yeah. And icks is like the deal breaker to the type. It's like,
Exactly.
this is the one thing that doesn't make them perfect. And it's like,
Mhm.
bruh, you look stupid.
It's like 100% like okay to have like preferences and stuff. But
Oh,
like,
for sure.
But when it's like you calling it an ick and like it's like so many a whole fucking list.
Mhm.
That's like way too fucking much. Like,
Mhm.
it's also like if you have a ton of icks, if you think about it, you're just wasting your own time.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because there's nobody who could fulfill all of those and not have any ick at all.
Right.
Like, bruh. So ridiculous. What do you think, Connor Chen, leader of the icks?
I just feel like the standard is just so.
Yeah, it's blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
Not
stupid.
fair.
Yeah, I agree, and that's just because again, I blame it on the media.
Yeah.
That's just the main source. 'Cause
Welcome to 2024.
thanks TikTok.
It's time to even the odds. Girl icks. All 500. All right, well, what's a good ick? What's a good ick for a girl?
Having hair, having teeth,
Facts.
You need to use the bathroom in public.
having all your skin.
Oh my
What the hell?
What?
Wait,
Gosh,
You have to have like a lot like less skin. You know,
we're done.
Get rid
What
of
does
it.
that
We're
mean?
done.
stop.
Just,
Less
remove
skin.
some flesh.
All right.
What does that mean?
Gosh.
All right, what is a
Let me
good girl
leave.
ick? What is a good girl ick?
Um,
If they're on their
like
phone
it-
too much,
no, that's good.
not
That's
an
good.
ick. That's not an ick. That's just like, bro, what are you doing?
that's
we
what
do
ick
that.
is.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
we do
okay.
that, though.
I feel like that ick's like valid though. That's like a
Yeah, that's
valid.
what we're
That's like a
saying. That's
valid.
what we're
That's like a
asking.
valid ick.
Yeah.
Like an ick, like he sat down in his chair weird. Oh, he's laughing weird. Oh my,
Yeah.
his voice. He had a voice crack. Like, bro,
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that phone icks you.
What?
You're that phone ick. Look at your hours on your phone.
Oh.
It's going down.
Look at your
13 hours,
Yeah.
Connor.
That is the ick.
You are the ick. You're that ick.
Okay, that is like a really valid ick.
That
though.
yeah. I agree.
If you're spending like, if I'm talking to you and you're looking at your phone way too much,
Oh,
like brother.
that's so corny.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you. I'm trying to build a relationship, and you're just on your phone.
Yeah. What's another good ick? Sucks your dick too hard?
Racism.
Oh.
I feel like that's just one in general.
I think that's
But that is an
not
ick.
a good quality. You see, this is the difference between guy icks and girl icks. That's the point. Like, we just accept anything at this point. Okay. But a good point is that guys could be very lonely. And so,
true.
like, anatomically, if a girl is attractive, like, guys have that expectation to be the ones talking to the girl.
Right.
So that they would have a, like, obviously, if you're the guy and you want to talk or you want a girlfriend, you have to lower your expectations because you are the person talking to them. And then you can talk to however many people. But a girl can have any amount of people going up to them. And so they're able to pick and choose a little more, you know?
Mm.
That's why guy icks are like not really icks and they're more forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Racism.
I can forgive
I can fix them.
I can fix it.
Oh my god.
What is another like actual girl ick though? See, it's so hard to think.
I feel like we listed the good ones already.
One good one.
I know the only good one. That's just like, oh yeah, something.
Racism wasn't the good one.
This is a little off topic, or it'd be going off.
Okay, sure.
So the stereotype of the guy paying for the meal. What are your guys' opinion on that?
Ooh, I have a couple
That's
things I could say about that.
Flash, that's a good point. Depends.
That's actually
Depends.
I say depends.
Okay.
that's actually a good ick you could think of too. When the girl always expects the guy.
Yeah.
If it's
That's
expectation,
an
yeah.
ick. What the guy shouldn't be expected to pay for every single, like if it's like a snacker or something, like brother,
Right.
you could spare a few bucks.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear something crazy?
Okay.
So there was this one thing. I think it was like a couple months ago where there was this story where like this girl made a TikTok, and then like a guy that she like was talking to her is like trying to get to know her. He was like, "Let me save you a couple dollars for lunch," and he sent her $30 for lunch. And this is like a grown woman and a grown man, to be fair.
Mhm.
And you know what she was saying? You should have sent 100. What the fuck are we on about, bro?
What are these expectations?
And then these girls on a podcast who talked about it, they're like, if you know how we roll, you know we're gonna like get an appetizer, full course meal.
Oh, I know
salad."
exactly what you're talking about. I know the exact podcast you're talking
And
about.
I was like, what? $30?
These are like, these girls are like, you know,
That's insane. Like you're expecting 100 is crazy.
We're gonna go broke.
We're cooked. All right, what are you guys' opinions on
damn good
that?
thing I'm white. Holy crap.
I'm gonna say, ick.
That isn't.
That is
that's-
an ick.
Oh my god.
That's not an ick. That's just unforgivable.
That's demon mode.
Yeah. Is it?
That's an ick.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's 100% Nick.
Unforgivable.
There
I also think the guy shouldn't be expected to pay for everything.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're like
It shouldn't be an expectation.
like first date, if you're like going out for like getting something small, because usually first dates you're not getting anything big. You're like
Yeah.
you're usually getting like a coffee or something,
Yeah.
or like you're going out to like eat like a fast food restaurant where it's like the food is usually cheaper.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. The guy can pay for like the first date.
Yeah.
But if it's like you've been dating for a while, you've been like the guy's just expected to pay for everything, that's an ick. You shouldn't be like, especially if you get the more places you go, they're nicer restaurants too.
Yeah. And if you like them, like, why would you want them to always spend out of their pocket? Like, if you really like them, wouldn't you pitch in too?
Yeah,
Exactly.
It'd be mutual.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like I don't know what you ladies are thinking about, but we are not made of money.
Yeah,
I might be, but they're not.
That's your
I
mom.
can't say the
My mom is
same.
made of money.
Yes.
So that's smart. So what are you guys' to go back to what Connor was saying, what are you guys' opinions of how the relationship is split? At least monetarily.
On my opinion of it, like, good. It is
Huh?
split. Like,
No,
it could be split.
like what should the split be?
Oh, like 50-50.
But is it really attainable though?
It's never gonna be
Yeah.
50-50.
I feel like
Should be. You said
that
what
would
it
be the ideal scenario is that it's 50-50, but I think realistically it's gonna be like 70-30.
That's-
Realistically it's gonna be around there.
If we're gonna talk about like whoever or about like lunch, dinner, dates, meals, whoever's idea it is to go out, I feel like that they should be the one paying.
Yes.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
Yes.
If you ask that person out,
Then you're
Hey.
expected to pay.
you can't be like, hey, you want to go out and get some food, and then be like, so why aren't you paying?
Oh my
Exactly.
God. Oh my god. You know what's one of the craziest things? When somebody goes like, "Hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow?" And she's like, "Yeah, what do we do?" And it's like, "I don't know, it's up to you." What the hell?
Oh.
What are you talking about? You asked me out and you don't know what to do? Like what? Oh, and also when this is aside from monetary, but when the guy's expected to plan every date.
Yeah.
Brother.
That's just proof it's not you. What do you mean me?
I was looking at you.
You texted me
That's
and
so
didn't know what
cringe,
you
bro.
wanted to do.
I
Don't do
wasn't
that to your
blaming you,
mans.
I was
Don't do
looking
that to
at
your
you.
mans.
But what you want to do later?
See, you asked me, so you get to decide.
No,
Like, that's such a okay, those are good.
it was a skit. It was.
These are some valid icks.
Mm.
The girls' icks are just, oh my gosh.
It's,
It's
random things.
It's a dumb
It's
list.
like the way they breathe. It's like
Breathing out of your nose.
Oh, you know what an ick I've heard from a girl is? Mama's boy.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Exactly. I feel no. Here's what I will say from that. I have heard people who like I've heard like some valid reasons like as to like actually like why people like they have that kind of ick for like a mama's boy. It's because one of the reasoning was because if they showed too like obviously your mom is like the most caring person in the world because she brought you into this earth, but like from the girl's reason, what I heard is like it's like kind of valid, it's like really not though. It's like because he'll end up like spending so much time with his mother that like he'll like kind of forget that she's
I
there.
think that's just stereotypical.
Yep,
That's absolutely stereotypical.
So you want to know what another thing I've heard of is where does a girl rank in your life? It's never gonna be number one. It's never gonna be number one. Why? Because there are always going to be people in your life that come before your girl. Like number one, your parents are always going to come before your people. Like people you've known longer than your girl are always going to come first. Why? Because those are the people you trust. Those are the people you've known your whole life. Those are the people that got you to get to that girl. Those are the people that got you to be there.
I agree until it's the point where you want to marry them.
Yes.
Like once you decide that you're going to propose to them, I think they are the most important person in the world.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But before then,
if
there's
you're just
parameters.
if you're just like dating, then it's just like
And people could be in a tie too.
oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah. So when are you going to propose to Connor?
Invite
I'm
when?
waiting. I'm waiting on the ring.
Depends on you. When do you want to?
Oh wait. So imagine you guys have a girl, right?
Okay.
Would you ever talk to her about the proposal or like the idea of proposing? Because
No.
like
Yes.
you want it to be a surprise, but you also don't want to fuck it up, you know?
Mhm.
But like
It should be like,
Yeah.
like, hey, in the future, would you want to be like married or something?
You should definitely have and like sit down and like this is like a serious conversation you need to like sit down and have with them at some point in your life.
I feel like you have a conversation, but not like incredibly direct. Like you suggest the idea, but it's not direct that you are going to. More so
Yeah.
of a
let's say you would
theoretical.
Yeah, let's say you would plan it like a year in advance. Like
Right.
would you ask a year in advance? Would you ask 6 months in advance? Would you ask
A year is pretty good.
Year, I
Well,
think.
my,
I think it honestly depends.
Yeah.
Because like my parents did not wait. I remember they did not wait a year before they got married. They waited like I honestly kind of think it was 6 months when before they got married, and then like a few months later they had me. So yeah.
Huh.
So my parents moved pretty fast in the relationship, and honestly, and they say they regretted it, but ultimately they were like, if we didn't like do it, then like the things in our life wouldn't have happened the way they did.
I mean, I guess it worked out for them.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, I say it depends on the couple. It depends like who they are. It depends like how well you're comfortable around them, and it depends a lot, especially of like how you're like where your futures like align. Because if the things you want to do in your future are different than your partner's, then it's going to take a little bit longer to get you both to where you want to be. But if your partner's goals are similar to yours, then I think you can move a little bit quicker.
You guys agree?
I do.
something like in my sister's relationship that happened because she's been dating her boyfriend for like 5-ish years, I think.
Wow.
And like early last year, her boyfriend said, well, they both confirmed like earlier that like they would want to get married one day, and then early last year, he was like, I'm going to propose to you at this and one of these days within this time frame, and you're not going to know when or whatever.
And what's the price?
Yeah, and then he did it, and it was like it worked out. So like,
Did she say yes?
Yeah.
Fire.
Nice.
But I think if it's like a conversation like that, like when you'll do it, it'll take away the novelty.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like the logistics.
yeah, it should be like I think like, would you want to get married one day?
Yeah.
Theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Connor? Do you agree?
No, I absolutely agree.
You
It
have
should,
anything?
it should just be theoretical. It shouldn't be incredibly direct.
So we're gonna say speak our truth. So speak our truth in
Mhm.
3, 2, 1.
Speak our truth.
Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe and like to the TikTok, Instagram, and of course the YouTube, all the Real Talking Stage. Thank you all for showing up. You guys enjoyed today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, you guys ever want to show up again?
Yeah.
Obviously.
All right. Watch out for our new videos. Watch out for more podcasts, and watch out for our trailer that will be dropping some point at the end of the summer. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
We need money.
You're not getting money.
I need my money.
Yeah, who is we?